Alright, let's do it. First hand, Cobblestone, well, no human. Excellent. I mean, we're keeping this, right? It's like Ruby Ice. My body is ready to Fate Weave just like a well of purpose to the top of our deck that doesn't make a threshold here. Weave your fate. Oh, Diamond Dice. Oh, Diamond Dice. Oh, Diamond Dice. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, baby. Oh, our mana is functional. I'm so excited. So here's the problem though. Like we spent 2 turns setting up our resources here. Like our opponents just played 1, 2, 3 on the play. So like people are talking about like there's obnoxious people talking about the ices being too good and they need to be banned and constructed. Like there is a very real cost to having put all of these cards into our deck that like come into play tapped, basically. I just want to guarantee our 5th resource here. Like this game, we're probably just going to get run out by this aggressive deck. Yeah, I mean, Burgle, it's not like we have 4 threshold requirements in our deck. It'd be a shame if that were to get evaporated in response here. I'm not gonna block yet because I have this Consult the Talons. Alright, so if I play this and I get a Sapphire, I could then play this and then Illuminate and then Consult the Talon. Are there double diamond cards in this deck? There aren't, right? Modern, you literally should pick any deck that you feel is kind of reasonable and then try and decide which matchups you're willing to win and lose. Lady of Wax is double diamond. You're right, it is. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and chump this, deny them a Valor, and take 3 less damage, I think. Hey, Evaporate's a good draw. Alright, let's shoot this. Draw 4 cards here. Oh, weird. We didn't draw a resource. That's so strange. Color be surprised. Alright, let's put a resource on top of our deck. Pass the turn here. Almost dead. This Evaporate's hopefully going to save us. I assume they're going to play out enough Valors to kill us here, and then this Evaporate will keep us from dying for the turn, hopefully. And then I guess we have Decree plus Primordial and then Chump Blocker, so like maybe we could stabilize this board? Maybe? It would be kind of hot beyond reason if we stabilize this board. Because we've kind of been playing from behind this whole game because of our slow shards and being on the draw. Sure. That's a combo right there. Do I just make them pick this up? I'm going to 2. Yeah, I think I want to just make them pick this up. Hold the door! Alright, there's a Well of Conquest. Does that let me play any extra cards out this turn? It doesn't, right? So I could go Scion into Decree of Banishing and make another candle. That seems reasonable. I'm dead to... what's it called? I'm dead to Prince... God, I'm just going to make 7... I'm going to play 7 resources in 7 turns this game, aren't I? Just like 16 shards, kept 1 shard on the draw, made my first 7 resource drops. God, Fate Weave is jacked up. It's so good. I think if we'd have been on the play, we'd have won this game. There's a declare attackers phase, but this card has a trigger when it attacks. So I want to evaporate this before they declare it as an attacker. So there is a stop here. I have a stop on their enter combat and declare attackers and declare blockers, but because this card has a trigger when it attacks, I want to kind of nip it in the bud before it happens. Alright, so I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put these 2 here. Seems fine. Consult the Talon, do you say? Well, let's play this out to start. I think I want to do this next turn as opposed to this turn. I want to summon a candle with this and then make them 3/3s with this. And then I can go ahead and use this to kill the llama herder here. Alright, sweet. That's not a daughter into a thing to jump their thing over our candlesticks. Next turn we get to do this into this, which is kind of sweet. Why Llama Herder over Rowan, if I may ask? Because we don't really care about the Rowan because I could sack something to Lady of Wax to make her invincible. Like this here, I'm just going to go ahead and trade a Candlekin for the War Party Guide because she can sack this to become invincible. Kind of sucks. Like, I'm trading a 3/3 for their 4/3, so this is a fight exchange. Yeah, she sacrifices a troop to make herself invincible. Yeah, she's very, very powerful 5-drop. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would bang. Alright, so Guidance is insane because it makes a Candlekin. Let's make a non-resource here. Thunderfield Seer, kind of insane because it makes a Candlekin. Consult the Talons. Click, click, click. Illuminate. Yep. Sure, why not? Holy crap, is this deck good? This deck might be good. Are we gonna pull out of this game? I feel like we're gonna pull out of this game. Good lord. Good lord. Alright, let's make another candle here. Alrighty, yeah, go, I guess. We're looking to dodge. If they don't kill us this turn, they're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Oh god, we're gonna win this game. I thought we were dead for sure. Starro, you might have a monster here. This deck seems sweet. Yeah, man, you got a Rowan, that's fine. Ain't nobody care. This deck is lit. I agree. It's lit, fam. Next turn, we get to, like, Sabretooth something, plus play this and smash. We get to Wax Dawn at end of turn here. Oh, yeah, get your War Party Guide back. Sure, you do you. Oh, they want the flying blockers. Because that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to jump here with this. Yeah, we just need to go wide around this. Alright, so let's make a candle. I think I want to just make candles with these. And just start going wide. Another waxed on, you say. Alright, well, let's play this. Make one more candle. And play this. Grab that. I'm going to go ahead and attack with this, I think. This illuminates one when it attacks, so we get that. And then waxed on is going to give all these things +3/+3. And then next turn we like slam the Sabretooth and give them +1/+1, and this gives them +1/+1. Maybe I'm not supposed to attack with this, because that way we means we could die to Daughter plus Diamond Shard here. So we've got 5 1/1s, 5 9 candles, and this is going to give them all +3/+3. This is going to give them 1, and this is going to give them 1, so that's 3, 4, 5. So these are going to be 6s, these are going to be 8s, these are going to be 10s. The dragon's coming for you, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, waxed on. Make your candles bigger. Waxed on, make my candles bigger. Oh no! Come back! My candles didn't even get to swing! My candles were going to grow! Grow! My candles grow! Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. So this deck seems really sweet, but I don't think this card seems really awkward in it. I don't know if I believe that this card is good. The rest of this deck seems hot in the most literal sense, but I don't know if I'm sold on Light the Votives. Like that game. I guess we do draw some cards. Maybe it's fine. Maybe we draw enough cards that that's fine. Is Runebind awkward? Runebind buys us some tempo. Lumagoth's almost certainly slow and clunky. The dragon was okay there, but it's probably slow and clunky on average. So just bring in 2 shard wards and cut 2 pieces of top end. Seems fine. It seems great. Oh, sweet. We've got a Cosmic Calling. Who's excited for Cosmic Calling? I know I am. We got Cosmic Calling. Yeah, we have the Light the Votives are probably great. We've got Cosmic Calling in the deck too. Okay, so let's put Diamond Ice into play and put a resource on top of my deck. Let's see how often our 16 resource deck could just make 6 or 7 resource drops in a row. Because it feels like the answer to that question is pretty fucking often. That's what Ranter 619 with the brand new $4.99 subscription. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Subscriptions are the best way you could support my content. So welcome and thank you for that next level of support. Probably going to want to Primordial this down next turn. I guess I might want to kill that instead. I mean, like, so, the logic... I think I'm just going to block here, right? I just want to preserve my life total. They missing a shard drop? Yeah, they're missing a shard drop. Sweet. Alright, so let's go... play this for Ruby. And then shoot this so you don't go wide on me. And then I think I want non-resources at this point. Thanks, Rancher. I really appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. Hex is 10 out of 10. My favorite TCG by a lot. I'm happy to be here making stuff. I'm grateful to you all to allow me to enable me to be able to do this for work instead of going and getting some kind of honest job. Alright, so this could make a diamond. And then I can Decree of Banishing this William Rowan. Make a candle dork here. I wish we had more constructed streamers. I was like doing the dishes last night and like I was like, I really want to watch some Hex constructed. Like turned on Twitch and there were just like 5 people streaming and they were all streaming limited and I was very sad. Limited or PvE. Ooh, that's a Sabretooth. Alright, so let's do this. I probably just want this Consult the Talons, right? Ooh, when your Consult the Talons wasn't mobile enough, add the extra mobilize on there. Wasn't quite mobile enough for us. Okay, sure. That's really good. Oh, look, this is just gonna actually be free. Doop, 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 doop. Was that good? Can anyone sure? Can anyone let me know if that was good or not? I'm on, the jury is out. Oh, God. Well, look at all the cards we've drawn. Holy crap, this deck is great. Starro, you've made me very happy. This is kind of amazing. And wow, we're just gonna like play this next turn and just destroy them. We're gonna play Scion into Runebind any blockers you might have. Oh yeah, sure, you got Grace Tiedos, that's fine. Oh yeah, Guidance, why not? Why not Guidance? I think I actually want a resource here. Nah, who am I kidding? I want a non-resource. Oh, another Runebind, you say? Alright, well, let's Runebind that one. Oh, I meant to give them +1/+1 last time. I chose Mega. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. No, wait. One of these, that one can't attack anyways, right? Candle, I control, get 1/1. Alright, what do we got? Lady in Wax, alright. Lady in Wax. Do 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 do. Crunch. Whatcha? Alright, alright, alright. Nah, I think I'd rather just get in the extra points of damage. I don't think them hitting a shard's a big deal, especially since I have like 2 more Runebinds in my hand. Like, we're just gonna kill them this turn, right? We're just gonna go like Runebind your thing, pump my candles, crack. They dead. Yeah, this deck is hot fire. Oh sure, why not? I probably should have gotten a resource off of my thing last turn. I should probably, shard would be great. Another Scion. All right, that'll do, pig. That'll do. They are certainly dead. Oh no, they're unique. How? Why do I always do that? They're still dead though, right? I'm just an idiot. I guess it doesn't matter. Like we're like Runebind this, Runebind this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's still unique. All right, we've won a match. It's a good, you know. Deck's got to be better than the mill deck to set the bar low. Mobilize your lady. Did it for the Illuminate trigger. Unique, you say. We did get a trigger out of it, so there was a trigger warning. It's fine. It wasn't actually just nothing, but yeah, we could have mobilized the lady in Wax. I forgot she had mobilized because, woo! Look at this. This is all credit to Storo in my subs Discord. Storo N. Go ahead and get my Thunderfield Seer on here. It's a real low bar to limp across, better than Mill. Alright, let's play this, and then guidance for hopefully the ability to cast this. The low resource count in this deck, too, means that Cosmic Calling is less likely to miss. I think if you're playing Diamond Threshold, you should probably be playing 4 Guidance, which, like, that's fine, right? Like, like there's... It's kind of like how Focus is, like, an auto-include in some cards, some decks. Sweet. Oh my god, this turn's gonna be awesome, right? So we play this, and then we do this, and then we play this, and then I get to Cosmic Calling double Mobilize, right? Because this has Mobilize now, which will give me a candle. And then if we find a 2-drop here, or do I want the Light the Votives? I probably just want the Decree of Banishing. And then the Decree of Banishing is going to have Mobilize because I got it off that Cosmic Calling. So now we get to make another candle. Storm is 3. Storm is 3. Now we'll Decree of Banishing this Emperor's Lackey. Oh, golly gee. Was that a good turn? I am unsure. I think the jury might be out. Anyone want to interject? Turn good, bad, yes, no? Oh, God. It's so good. So good. So good. Ooh. A Seaman Dragon. Put a resource so we can likely cast that next turn. I would like another candle. I'd like to get a candle here. So how many times have they attacked me? They attacked with this once. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not gonna hit my champion power just yet because they have Lasgard. If they have Lasgard's Vengeance, they could play it next turn if they have a Ruby. I'm going to start pumping my Candlekin up now because I think we're at a position where I can get these candles out of Lasgar's range in a reasonable amount of time. If we hit a non-slow shard next turn, we can actually... We might actually just be able to kill them if we get a non-slow shard. That's a slow shard, so let's do this. Give our candles +1/+1. Void that. And they don't actually have a resource, right? So this is 9, 10, 11, 12. This is only +3, so I'm just going to hit them like this. They need Ruby and Lasgar's Vengeance. Else they gonna be dead. Surprise Massacre, that's fair. If they had a Surprise Massacre here, we're probably still fine with, like, Dragon coming down next turn, right? This deck seems really sweet and tangible. The resource base is like, it's so, I finally started, like, we were really testing more with the ice, and I finally felt like I was, like, starting to get a good grasp on, like, how the ice are supposed to play out, and then, like, we played this deck, and, like, now I just, like, feel like I have no understanding of, like, how resource bases are supposed to be affected by playing ice, and, like, what they mean for your total resource count, etc. It's insane the consistency they add to these decks. Yeah, Fate Weave completely, fundamentally, and functionally changes the game, and it's kind of awesome. Storo said in chat, the deck got better and more consistent when I went from 24 to 16 resources. And, like, that's just, like, not something you ever hear in, like, a TCG that's similar to Magic, right? Like, in Magic, to be more consistent, you want to play more utility lands and, like, be able to hit your resource drops more consistently while still having something to do while flooding out. And Fate Weave just totally changes that. It's kind of awesome. Like, it's kind of been amazing to see Hex evolve from this game that was very close to Magic at one point into this game that's just like so much more, and it's just better in so many ways. Check and make sure I'm not disconnected here. Like my opponent had someone spill something on their keyboard. They're taking a break for something. While we're waiting, I would just like to say thank you everyone for hanging out here this morning. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer. And thanks for stopping by my Twitch page. Hanging out playing some Hex TCG this morning. Opponent packs it in. The candles are too much. Let's get them. Let's get them. It's candle time. Four, 12 ice, 4 cobblestones. But they're not rare because Hex is great. I really like that. I feel like a lot of the pushed cards in this set aren't actually rares, or aren't like legendaries. Like in Magic, you have your Gideons and your Hours of Devastation, just like all the Hours is a rare actually, isn't it? But a lot of the push cards in Magic are mythics, which makes the cost of the game very expensive. Have we discussed some people? I think the people saying Fate Weave are bad, people saying Fate Weave is bad for the game is like saying the opening hand algorithm is bad for the game. It's something that fundamentally changes how the game is played and how we think about the game. It does so in a way that allows both players to make more meaningful decisions and reducing variance in the game that we're playing. So, like, these games have variance by design, so enabling powerful mechanics that allow you to reduce the variance that's in the game is fantastic. Anything that makes the games more interesting and less variance is going to be... I would be pretty surprised if the decks that come out of CCS this weekend are going to be optimal, because I don't think we're going to figure out how to use these Fate Weave shards optimally in these resource bases for another few months. I think the Fate Weave shards are fine. I know there's people crying about them in PvE, but, like, PvE doesn't exist to me. It's like saying a Magic card's too good in EDH. Like, that's like, completely irrelevant. It's a different world. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And, like, honestly, I don't understand what, like, I don't play PvE, but I thought the understanding of PvE was, like, it's supposed to be this format where you do, like, these fun, busted, powerful things, and, like, the computer doesn't have feelings, so, like, you're not hurting the computer's feelings by, like, running them out of the game. So, like, if there's busted things happening in PvE, that's probably fine, right? Papa Goot on the other side. I mean, we're not playing 8 pieces of ice to mulligan hands with 1 ice in it, right? If we miss on Sapphire, we can still play a Waxinate off our thresholds. What's the estimated cost of this deck? Let me actually see if it's on my... Put a resource on top of my deck. Let me check my TCG browser. It's probably not that much. There aren't really any mythics in here. TCG browser estimates at about $90 if you're buying everything and don't own anything. So if you own exactly 0 hex cards, TCG browser estimates about 90 bucks. And there's going to be some fluctuation, like, you know, some of these cards. If you wanted to budget some things, like, you could probably do without the dragons at the top end. Like, they're definitely going to be more expensive. Alright, that's not a Sapphire, but it's another ice, so we get to put another resource on top of my deck. God! What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, we might miss our 4th shard drop for the first time today. This deck's really good, Marty. The deck list, this deck list for people asking, it's on TCG browser here. It looks like the sync is working. You'll need to remove that space from the URL. We're 2-0 so far, but we've been hitting all of our resources consistently, which is just, like, the most impressive. If we hit a Sapphire, we are just gonna, like, do No! No! My innate of the wax didn't even illuminate yet. Maybe it was a little greedy not to illuminate right off the bat. Might have been a little greedy. Runebind. Alright, let's do this. Do this. There might be merit to holding this up this turn so they can play their Twilight card out. There's a non-zero chance we get massacred here, too, so that's something we definitely want to think about. Unless they're killing one of these things. If they're killing one of these things, we're definitely not getting massacred, which would be sweet. We're basically runebinding almost anything they play here. Yeah, I'm just going to runebind this. I'd really like to hit a resource. Sure. Runebind only hits troops in the flail. Wait, what? This hits Constance in play too? Holy crap. I don't know why I thought it only hit troops in play. Man, I'm dumb. You're right, Marty. Holy God. That card's great too. I mean, like, there, right? Like, it was technically card disadvantage there. Like, it bought us, like, a little bit of tempo. I wouldn't have even played it there if it didn't draw a card, honestly. Cosmic Calling, unfortunately, cannot find shards, but it can find guidance. Like that. So it basically finds shards. And then let's mobilize this guidance and draw a resource. Please, Sapphire Threshold. Please, Sapphire Diamond Ice. Sure. Oh, look, Ice. Let's put another resource on top of my deck. Because why not? I'm not going to Illuminate just yet. I think I want to play around Massacre. A little bit. Yep. Yep. Yeah, you Decree of Banishing my 1/1s. Get him. More Diamond Dice. Alright, throw another resource on top of my deck. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now, I think. I think Runebind's like 600 plat. Alright, we hit Ruby, we could do this. We hit Sapphire, we could do these. Ice, ice, baby. I'm gonna put another resource on top of my deck so that way I can pretty likely use this next turn. Light the Votives. Draw 2 more cards. Or 3 more cards. However many cards this is, I don't even remember. My brain doesn't understand why I've picked up this many cards. Oh. We have a Runebind to be the sweeper here. Lumagoth next. Yeah, that's fine. You have a thing. I think playing a control deck this early in the format is generally a mistake. Oh, baby Lumagoth. Oh, baby Lumagoth. Make a candle. Make those candles 5/5s. Smash. That's going to be 16. Just clean 20 ball, 22 coming across the table here. Candles get 4/4. Candle smash. Runebind feels like a better remand. It's different than Remand. Remand requires your opponent to reinvest the resources that they spent. Runebind does not. Decree of Banishing seems pretty bad. Extra Dragon seems fine. Evaporate's probably fine. Oh, Verdict seems okay, right? Do that. This is okay. Yep, yeah, I basically just want to like trim all the removal. Oh no! This hand is so good if it had a human. We unfortunately do not have a human, which means this does not make any thresholds, so we have to mulligan. Yep, this hand has a human and a guidance, so send me up. I missed this message from my previous opponent. Not an honest game. Say hello to the developers. They are trying for you. I don't know what that means. Not an honest game. This deck seems great. It's doing really powerful things. It seems pretty consistent. There's a Sapphire Ice, which means we're going to make resource drop number 3, keeping 1 shard on the draw again. All I want to do is just keep 1 shard hands and then hit my first 12 resource drops. Is that too much to ask? First 5, 6, 7 resource drops or so. Giving me RNG, right? Okay, I get it. Oh, ooh, we're going to hit 4 resource drops in a row. That sounds good. Let's put another one on top of my deck here. Play this out. That's kind of annoying. Remember that time we boarded out all our removal and they played a Radiant Physician? Play this out for a Ruby. Pass the turn. Guidance is better than Arcane Focus, and Focus is already like a staple in every Sapphire deck for a reason, so like, yeah. Just gonna go ahead and evaporate this, take it off the table, alleviate some pressure here. Light the Votives that draws a card. Sign me up. I'm gonna get Sapphire here so we can consult the Talons next turn if we hit a resource. Oh wait, we can consult the Talons right now because we have a champion power. That's, yep. Alright, deal. I need to hold verdict up this turn. Almost missed my champ power. Alright. Alright, sweet. Get it, got it good. Go, Gadget Recall. To be fair, that did cost me 3, okay? I did just pay 3 resources for that. So let's not get too crazy here and call it a recall. Let's not call it something it's not. I'm gonna put a resource on top of my deck with this Ruby Ice. That way we could be likely to hit Diamond for our Ms. Waxy. Ms. Waxy here in hand. Ice, ice, baby. Beau-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. This gives him a random constant. God, Minch is going to be active next turn. That's so terrifying. Good thing we have this Lady in Wax to mess him up. Lady in Wax. Do-do-do-do-do-do. My lady in wax, she is so good to me. Crunch! We're playing some Evaporates too. We're playing a split. Fire and Ice. I like that name. Fire and Ice, that's hot. Hot and cold. We're playing 8 ice and we're playing candles. I like it. I like it. I feel like Fire and Ice is a reasonable name. Ice Lady. Do 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 do. Look at now we've got two different songs for the Lady in Wax. Waiting to queue. Ooh, we are rank 42. Perhaps Fire and Ice can take us all the way to the top of the constructed ladder. I don't think I've ever been first on the ladder. I don't quite jam that much. Oh, thank you very much for hanging out. Remember, if you're enjoying what you see, use that follow button if you haven't already. If you really want to help support my content, there's a couple different ways you can do that. The first is by subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsor, HexPrimal.com. Would love to buy and sell Hex TCG cards with you. If you use code Jeff5 at checkout there, you'll save 5% on your Hex TCG orders from them, while also supporting my stuff. Gosh! Just 8... Are we just, like, putting a minimum of 8 ice in every deck? I would be okay with this. I would be A-okay if every deck just started with 8 ice. Next turn we get to Guidance and Thunderfield Seer. No, I think the Light the Votives seem reasonable. I wasn't really thinking about it. They're good with the Consult the Talons, and they're good with the Cosmic Callings. I had forgotten we had Cosmic Calling in the deck. Oh, yep. Alright, well, I think I'm just going to take a random non-resource at this point. Yeah, it's probably bad in an aggro deck. Probably bad in an aggro deck. Puck and Balthazar leading on Ruby on once. Probably some kind of Ruby Wild Ramp deck. Yep. They're probably a little bit light on removal, so this is a gamble that could pay off. I'm going to lead on the Scion here, because if they can't kill it, we're just going to get out of control with our lights very quickly. We might miss our 4th shard here, you're not wrong. Maybe we're just always supposed to hit our first 5. And like, if we get a shard there, we're likely to hit ice, which means we're then going to likely hit our next resource. Yeah, I think that might be correct. We're supposed to just, like, especially since, like, we had this, which means we want to be able to play a bunch of cards out. They can't croc me next turn because they only have one wild right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. Yep. Hopefully we can just kill them this. Yeah, I 10 out of 10 should have gotten a resource. If we'd have gotten a resource, if we had a 4th resource, we probably would be killing them on our next turn. If we had a 4th resource, we could have evaporated that to save it. So big punts on my part there. That being said, I think with these Evaporates and these Runebinds, I'm just going to go ahead and kill them over 2 turns, right? Just going to hit them for 8 here. The next turn we can play this and then hit them for 9. So, seems reasonable. Opponent's got a lot of resources. They are exactly dead if they don't have removal here. Alright, so I messed that up, but we weren't punished for it. God bless. Shard Ward seems great because they could have a sweeper, like someone mentioned. They could have a Scars of Wars post board. I don't know that I really want to change anything else. I don't really know what they're doing. Maybe Primordial's not particularly good. I think that's all I'm going to do is just like swap Primordial for Shard Ward and hit submit. You want the crackers? Here you go. You want this? They're the crackers you like, dude. Easy replace here. It's okay. It's not guaranteed to resource drop, so it's okay. Do you want this? Do you want these? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, the drops are in your end at this point. I haven't dropped any frames recently. The Comcast has actually been stable so far, knock on wood. Hey, look, guidance. Make sure we hit those resource drops, shall we? There you go. Cheerios. Good. Get them, got them good. Nice. It's kind of awesome, Marty. I think awesome is just the word I'm going to use for it. I like this. Like, this is going to put a shard, and this is going to put a shard. It's like we're going to hit my first 5 resource drops this game. Just like every game, basically, that we're not an idiot. Oh, baby, a triple. Okay, so this is kind of awkward. The resource base isn't perfect in the deck, obviously, so I still need to put resources on top of my deck so I can eventually cast the Sladian Wax. I don't actually have a second diamond right now. I don't think that card's actually good here, Klutz. The only big thing they showed us was a Gargolith, and we can't target that, so like... They show us some big scary green thing. Maybe. The 16 shard deck is flooding, right? Pretty unlucky. That's fine. We're gonna draw non-resources for most of the rest of the game here. Even if we didn't have these Fate Weave resources, there's only 9 more shards left in our deck right now. So like, you know, just like think about that for a second. Let that sink in. There are 9 resources left in our deck right now. So even without Fate Weaving, we are super likely to draw all gas the rest of this game. Well, they now traded 2 cards for Thunderfield Seers that didn't cost me cards. Play this, get a non-resource. Survey says, Consult the Talons? I think I'm in the market for Consult the Talons. Oh, I probably should have played that, right? I think so, K. Smith. So next turn we get to go Scion, Seer, and then Consult, all with Evaporate to protect her. Oh no! That's unfortunate. So this, they pick a number, and it voids, so they got rid of my candle, sure. I have to rebuild my candle army now. It's a rude opponent. It's okay. We have the tools. Was this turn good? If so, why? Please explain. Man. Alright. Alright, sure. Sure, your move. Go. Maybe I'm supposed to evaporate one of those. That's really unfortunate. They actually have Scars of War in their deck. I did not put them on having Scars of War after seeing these Life Lyris, which was probably a mistake. Yeah, it was definitely a mistake on my part. Well, I guess now we know, and we'll hold Shard Ward up. Get rid of that. Get to go and attack in with this Lady of Wax. Lady in Wax. Do 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 do. Sure. So they just drew 3 shards? This card here has where X is the... Yep, they just drew 3 shards. That's kind of funny. And we know they drew 3 shards because that thing just died. Alright, can we kill them is the question. So if I play this Shard Ward, I make a 1/1. And then let's say they block a candle. This gives them 3... This gives them 4/5, so that's 12. This gives them 3, this gives them 4/5, right? So that's 12, 14, 18, and then this kills them. So yeah, this is actually just lethal if I burn this Shard Ward here at end step and make a candle. It's definitely lethal now. Candles get 1/1. Candles get 1/1. Candles get 1/1. God, this card's better than Monastery Mentor. How messed up is that? Alright. Just quick 3-0, 6-0 here. The quickest of 3060s. Let's keep it on for a little bit. Play another match or two before we wrap up. I think this deck's reasonable. Candle Tribal is so hot, right? This deck's playing powerful cards, and it's playing them reasonably, and it's consistent, and it has card draw, so, like, it's probably fine. Where will we go for a constructed hex stream, right? It's so tough. Don't worry, especially after the CCS, I'm going to be streaming a bunch of hex too, because we've got some sweet decks that we are trying to decide between for the CCS. So you'll get to see plenty of games with those sweet brews afterwards. Brews and tuned versions of things. I have no idea what to play for the CCS. I would recommend playing something proactive, which is honestly why a strategy like this is reasonable. Like, the biggest thing, the best thing you can do for yourself in a format where you're not quite sure what everyone else is going to be doing is play a strategy where you can kind of just ignore what other people are doing and run them down. Yeah, I agree with that assessment. The format is very open. Well, we're on the draw. We have one resource, and we have a guidance, so it's just like a snap keep. Light the Votives, sure. Hopefully this finds a piece of ice so we can find our third resource drop. So we'll choose to put a resource on top of our deck and then draw a card. Oh, God. Oh, it's happening, chat. So this only makes a threshold if we already have a ruby or already have a sapphire threshold. So, yeah. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Lucky, 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 lucky. I like being lucky. It's the best. If you ever have to, if someone ever asks you the question, would you rather be lucky or good at TCGs? Always choose lucky. Always choose lucky. Oh, Marty. Marty. Oh, my sweet summer child. You thought we were going to miss there and be punished for our resource base. My sweet, sweet summer child. Oh, if ye only knew. You must be new here, Marty. You must be new here. You must not be aware of how things work. Let me bring you up to speed. We are lucky, and our opponents are not. Alright, so we're going to play this ice, and we're going to put another resource on top of our deck for now, because we have this Lumagoth. And I'm going to go ahead and crack here. And then next turn, we can play this Scion with Evaporate up to protect it, which is kind of sweet. Kent will be streaming some more once he gets set up in his new place. He moved across the country to Seattle, so for work. So he is out that away, and he hasn't gotten quite settled there. He's been working a lot, so once he says he gets settled, he'll be playing some more. Oh, my sequencing here is incorrect. I should do this. Yep. All right. I guess I'm just making a candle with this anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Evaporate protecting our own idiots is kind of great. If they have Gargolith here, we could be in a little bit of trouble. Yep. Actually, maybe not. Like, Lumagoth lets us go around this kind of, right? Native Wax. So I'm going to play this and put a resource on top of our deck. I'm going to do this and just make a candle. Maybe I'm supposed to do this at end step and make 2 candles. If they have a main deck Scars and a Ruby here, we could be in trouble. But, like, if we hit a non-slow shard next year, we just, like, play Lumagoth and, like, attack for 16. More than that if they attack with this. Not attacking. Yep, fear the Lumagoth opponent. Alright, so let's play this and put a non-resource on top of my deck. And I think I'm just going to go... If I make 2 candles at end step, that's 6. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to pass here. Because if I make 2 candles at end step, I can untap and Lumagoth and kill them. Alright, opponent. Can I interest you in my overrun candle? I'd like to give my candles +4/+4. Level up! They didn't have double ruby. FYI, they did not have double ruby. I want Verdict. Yeah, I think Verdict's fine. I can counter the ramp spells and the removal. I mean, yeah, these are just like the hands. Oh god, there's 3 resources in our opener. We're so flooded. I think I actually want to put a non-resource on top here. Like, I've got a guaranteed 4th and 5th shard here, so let's just draw 1 non-resource here at least. Oh, blocking our life total here a little bit. We have 10 humans in the deck for Cobblestone. Ice, ice, baby. Actually, you know what? I think I was supposed to put a non-resource on top there. Maybe. Yeah, this lets me curve into Lumagoth, most likely. This deck has shaken all of my belief, right? Like, this Fate Weave mechanic just takes everything. You want this? This Fate Weave mechanic just takes everything that I know to be true about TCGs and just, like, destroys it. Just, like, everything that I knew was, like, good and right and just in the world, all of it is wrong. Up is down and down is up and none of it is right. quick. I did put a non-resource on top with that last one. We do need a second ruby for this Lumagoth at some point, but like, eh. But eh. Cosmic Calling, you say? You want to make 2 more candles with this? No, my candles! No, my candles! Lady in wax. Do 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 do. I just started ticking along. Oh no, that's pretty good. My Lady in Wax has been shot down, and that's a Sabretooth coming across. This card's really good in a ramp deck. It's like removal early and like a bomb late. Very super powerful. Hey look, our second ruby. Did we want that? I feel like we wanted that. Yep, these candle decks recover from massacres so insanely quickly, and you can grow the candles themselves out of massacre range pretty quickly too. So like, I don't think you're too much of a dog to massacre, honestly. Runic growth, sure. Ramp deck problems. Another Sabretooth. Okay. That's actually not that good, right? Because like they're gonna try and kill something, and like I'm just gonna like sack this to here, and now you can't attack. Because like if you attack, I eat one of your Sabretooths. Guess Cosmic Calling it in step. Huh. Is just Scion here? This Waxstone's decent. Nah, I'm just gonna get Scion. Put a non-resource on top of my deck. Mobilize this off of here. I'm just gonna go ahead and burn this. Like, I'm gonna have plenty to do with my resources here for the next few turns, so I don't think waiting on that's gonna be very relevant. What do you need help with, buddy? Do you need something to drink? Do you need something to drink? Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go grab Jake something to drink. Alright, well, we have a game, as they say. Oh, that made that trigger. That's funny. Alright, so let's play this and put a non-resource on top of our deck. So how do I want to sequence this? I think I want to just make 4 guys with this. I'll make 1 guy with this, make 4 with this, and then hit this, and then I have Evaporate to make them bigger as well. So summon a Candlekin. This is going to come into play and summon a Candlekin. I'm going to do this and give my candles +1/+1. We have a very real game going on here. And then we can actually Evaporate the Lumagoth and replay it next turn. It's kind of sweet. Evaporating and Runebinding Lumagoth is pretty good. We might actually play the second one out next turn for the trigger. What are you targeting here? Yeah, it's going to be fine, right? I'm going to Evaporate my Lumagoth in response. So I get the trigger when I cast this Evaporate. Oh, my opponent didn't look at what we're doing. Okay, so opponent messed up here. I evaporated targeting Lumagoth. They just assume I was evaporating my Scion. Oh, I forgot to sack my Scion to my Lady of Wax, but whatever. I was so excited that they they targeted the wrong thing that, yeah. So next turn, this is going to make all of my candles 7/7s with Crush. It can actually be relevant here. I only need 4 candles to kill them, though. Alright, so how much am I taking here? This is 10, 22. So I need to block a good deal of these, which kind of sucks. So I'm going to put 1 here. I'll put 1 here. And I'll put 1 here. And then I'm taking 8, 13, 16. Yeah, this seems fine. So, block. And then before damage happens, I'm going to use this to sacrifice this one. And Invincible means my opponent doesn't gain life, so this Forever's Child is not going to gain them life this turn. So I go to 2 here. I'm going to be short 1 point of damage. Runebind. Huh. So I'm at 2 here, huh? It's 21, 25. Yep. So I guess we're just passing then, huh? Have a mysterious rune. God, we might finally drop a game. That's so sad. That's so sad. We're gonna drop a game. I have no idea. This will actually be interesting to find out. I think I just pass here. It is 0. Okay. So they drew 8 total cost worth of things, so probably 1 or 2 resources in their hand. They might have like a Gargolith here. And how good would Consult the Talon be? It'd be a nut straw. Even Guidance would be great. I need a Wax. That's okay. So summon a candle. Activate, summon a candle. We just want to go a little bit wide here so that way they can't accidentally, so that way they can't kill like one of our things and then punch through. Maybe I should have made these 8/8 so that way I could trade 1 for 1 with that. They only got a 3/3, so their hand is really bad right now. And they've been to Gargalith, so that's good for us. Yep, sure, she's gone. So their last card's a resource. Oh god, I forgot to sack it again. Crap! That's fine. If they attack, I'll have something to chump and sack with. Consult, please. Wow, we drew a resource. It's actually pretty unlucky, right? Can you imagine how good of a draw Evaporate would be? It's like, pick this up, trigger, replay it, trigger, trigger. Maybe I should wait and hold this until I hit, but if I draw like a Consult the Talons, I'm gonna be happy I played this out. Yep. They got a 2/2 this time around. Their build is certainly interesting. Alright, Cosmic Calling, deal. Make a candle. 3 looks for a good card. Holy crap! That just happened. Well then. Alrighty. Well, we were in a great spot. And then that happened. Welp. I mean, at least it wasn't a Consult the Talons, I guess. Yep, you have a Cosmic Calling. Enjoy. It's a heck of a card. Probably dead. Scale of 1 to dead. Where am I at here, opponent? Oh! Oh, is that all? Just the Scars of War? Seems decent. Leave me dead on board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Alright. My money's on they're going to find the attack with all hockey. Alright, we finally dropped a game. Finally dropped a game. I'm just going to click submit, though. Yeah, verdict seems very reasonable. What's going on, Maester? We did flood a little bit there at the end. When we don't hit a cosmic, we didn't find Cosmic Calling or Consult the Talons earlier. We kind of just petered out of gas. And like my opponent did cast what 4 draw 3s that game, and like we're just barely in it after 4 draw 3s. Actually can't keep this hand. It's 1 resource, but no Fate Weaves. Ooh, going low. Okay, yep, this is our bed. I knew there was no way this deck could be this consistent, right? We've just been running good. That's it, we're going to 12 resources. Fuck it, just 12 pieces of ice, that's all we're playing. And all we need is a piece of ice to be in this game. Yeah, we mulliganed to 4 looking for resources in our greedy 16 resource deck. Believe it or not, that's gonna happen sometimes. I think those are like the first mulligans we took today. Definitely the first mulligan past 6. I'm gonna take 1 more draw step. Gargalith vomit. What savage blowouts. I guess I could have evaporated there, but whatever. Alright, let's try another one. We're 2-1 now. Don't let one bad game put you off of something sweet. Got 149 people hanging out here, checking out some Hex Constructed. The Constructed in this game is always spot on, which I love. I wish we had slightly more Constructed tournaments. Unfortunately, we don't actually, like, the only full Constructed tournament that we have is like the Immortal Championship. What's special about Hex's Mulligan? So Hex's opening hand algorithm is special, Thunderfrost. So the opening hand algorithm for all of your hands removes the 10% most resource light hands and the 5% most resource dense hands. So basically, we're less likely to get no resource hands in Hex than we would be in a game like Magic, where you just like have pure variance for what you're doing. Gosh, this hand is so good with the human. This hand is fine. Hand is fine. It's possible the human count in this deck is 1 too low. It's very, very possible. Opponent's playing Ovo. This for 3 charges reverts a troop they control. A lot of the Ovo decks recently have been the Reanimator variation, where they been a troop here after it and then Ovo to revert it. Alright, and our Fate Weaves from here on out are pretty much all just like putting resources on top of our deck so we can curve out into this dragon okay. Guys, get 20 ice deck, please. Yep. Theorize. Almost certainly means the Reanimator build is the way to get a troop into the crypt. They discard an Aegilis. We're not completely cold to that. I guess we've got Runebinds and Evaporates. Why do we want 20 resources? I don't understand. That's so many. That's so many. So they could put Aegilis into play here. So this card, they can discard a card and return it to their hand, and whenever it attacks, they draw a card. 10 out of 10 gonna just Primordial Sabretooth this turn. Our goal is to just aggro our opponent out here. Evaporate is a fantastic draw. So they're probably going to bin something to return this to their hand. Primordial Sabretooth not triggering this is a touch awk. It was awkward in the Ruby Diamond build of this deck too, though. They just let it die as opposed to... Okay, sure. Get a second diamond. Place Innate of the Wax. Do this. We get a non-slow shard for our dragon next turn. We can attack for a bunch. Yeah, I think the Sabretooth is good enough that you just want to play it, but it's definitely not... It's not completely free. Man, Evaporate's really good against these Reanimator decks, huh? Yep, so this is how they combo. So the Ethereal Caller here is going to target the Aegilis, and then my opponent will target this Phantom, which is really an Aegilis with their Nightsbane Ovo, and now they have an 8/8, and they and all of their troops are invincible. So this is a really small thing, but I'm going to put a stop during my ready step here. And the reason why I'm doing this is if my opponent has a Runebind, I want a chance to draw a shard for my turn and recast this Evaporate. So they didn't have the Runebind, so it was actually irrelevant. But You know, it's the little things like that you want to think about to give yourself that extra edge when you're playing when you're playing TCGs in general. Put a resource on my deck, or non-resources on my deck. Sorry, I'm gonna activate this and give my candles +1/+1. Attack for 6, 7. This deck reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, right? Animated candles. The art does kind of feel like that type of genre, doesn't it? This is going to turn my candles into 4/4s next turn, so it'll trigger the Scion, and then it'll trigger when it attacks. Worth noting, my opponent can't reanimate another scary thing this turn because they need their champion power to do so. Okay, they might be able to do it next turn, though. Lady in wax. Do 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 do. So this would give all of them +3/+3. Which they go block, block. They'd only take 11. See, I think I'm just supposed to play the dragon here. Yeah, maybe we're supposed to give them +1/+1 on that. Yeah, probably. They have another way to reanimate their stuff here. We could be in a little bit of trouble. Because the Aegilis is going to come back into play, and we don't have a good way to interact with that in our hand just yet. So we're going to sit here for a while and build a board. This is exactly lethal, so they have to block at least one thing here. I wouldn't be surprised if they just like double up on a candle, honestly, which was a reason to not make a candle with this trigger and to give them... Oh, we're just double jumping, that's fine. So they need a resource plus a hereafter or a eternal caller. How much does the best deck cost to build in this game? Historically speaking, the tier 1 decks in standard Punishing Waterfalls usually range between $80 and $150, depending on what they are. We just had our... Basically, we just had a new standard format start, and the first major tournament of this format is going to be on Saturday, so that'll kind of give us a better picture of, like, what the best decks are in this new format. So we're not 100% sure, like, what is even good, bad, or otherwise. Like, for instance, I am not playing the deck right now that my team is likely playing this weekend because it's kind of, you know, not sharing the information that the team everyone has worked on. But, like, this deck, for instance, seems competitive, and it's probably, I think it says estimated $90 or so. There are always budget decks every season if you want to buy in on that, but when people ask the best decks, they mean tier 1, so I think 80 to 150 is being reasonable. I don't think I want Lady of Wax. I think I want the Lumagoth. I want just, like, the most get dead power. Blinding Ire hits Wild and Blood, so that doesn't really do much that I care about. Frostlock's kind of expensive. I guess maybe I just want maximum ways to take Aegilis off the table. I could see that being true. Yeah, 1 shard guidance, keep. The lack of in-your-face on the level up rewards is one of my biggest, like, when they talk about, like, things Hex could do slightly better that wouldn't really, like, cost them anything to do. Like, the fact that, like, I genuinely didn't notice that I had leveled up, that my account had leveled up and I had a reward to claim. Like, when you level up, there should be this big giant animation in my face that should be like, click here and get your stuff right now. It's like little things like that Hex could definitely do slightly better. I think I'm just going to hold up Verdict of the Ancient Kings here. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly correct. Trigger all those casino reward centers in my brain. That is a phenomenal way to put it. Alright, so Ruby, huh. You think I'm just going to play Guidance here for... Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have done that, because this Guidance is probably going to draw me a slow shard. Oh, we drew well. Sweet. Infinite Consortium with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Subscriptions are the best way to help me support my content, so I really do. Thank you. Yeah, they already have an idiot in the bin, so like I'd rather hold this verdict for their hereafter. You need help? You need me to wipe your hands? Yeah, Pringle dust on them. It's also very possible I've just played this game completely too defensively. I'm like, I'm supposed to just be more aggressive with like actually playing my stuff out and just like putting a clock on them. I boarded out Lady in Wax, so I want to get second Ruby here as opposed to second Diamond. Play my Scion here. Here after targeting their thing. Yep. Runebind that. Do they have a Runebind of their own? Yep. Runebind my Runebind, sure. This does mean I can't Cosmic Calling this turn. That's whatever. Next turn we'll be able to Cosmic Calling a whole bunch. The fact that Cosmic Calling makes a 1/1 while Scion is out, that then lets you mobilize another thing or mobilize what you get off the Cosmic Calling is kind of insane. So basically the goal here is going to be kind of make our board go super wide and big and then make them pick this up for a turn and then kill them in one swoop. Yep. We're going to dig a lot of cards deep with these Cosmic Callings too. They can't reanimate a second thing for 2 more turns, which is nice. Thankfully, the 2 Aegis isn't exactly a lock against us, since we have plenty of ways to... what's the word I'm looking for? We have plenty of ways to bounce them or change them or whatever you want to call it. Just like Thunderfield Seer out here, summon a candle. I'm going to use this Thunderfield Seer to chump block next turn most likely, so let's go ahead and do this. Summon a candle. Huh. So that's really good, but I actually don't have a second Sapphire to play it out right now, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this Waxstone, I think. Go ahead and do this and summon a candle. Yellow Hat with the host. Welcome to folks coming over from the Thief stream. And this has guidance. Yeah, I think I want guidance for a resource at this point. Because the guidance I can play for free too, because Cosmic Calling gives it mobilize. Summon another candle. A resource. Which lets me Runebind this. Which summons another candle. non-resource on top of my deck here, and I'm just going to pass the turn, because if they had like a change course or something here, they'd be able to potentially replay this. If they can't get an Aegis into play here, we could actually just kill them next turn, which would be sweet. This is probably going to find a resource to put into their hand to turn this back into an Aegis. So yeah, the Mysterious Root says you get to replay this thing for free when a resource enters your hand from anywhere. So they could put a second one into play here, which would be kind of problematic for us. I think it's time to start leveling these dorks up. Deny. Okay. Maybe I should have waited until I had a verdict up. Light the Votives. Get my candles 1/1. Pass the turn. Yeah, I probably should have waited until I had verdict up for that. I'd have like 6/6s right now if I'd have done that, because my verdict would have triggered this as well. We're basically just like snapping these verdicts on anything they play that are legal targets for it. That, unfortunately, is probably going to be the game. So this is going to return the other Aegis to play, which means that they're going to be able to revert it and then attack this one in. I guess we have like Decree of Banishing and stuff, so like we're not just dead yet, but we're not in a good spot now. The Shamar thresholds were a little awkward this game, because we had to, what's the word I'm looking for? We had to pass up on a Consult the Talons that would have been really good if we could have played it. Another Waxed On is pretty fantastic, honestly. It's going to go ahead and turn our candles into 6/6s. If we can get them to 9/9s, that would be kind of amazing. Jump 1 here, and then take 9, or start double jumping. Give our guys 1/1. Give our guys 2/2. Yep. Yep. Okay, yep. I knew that was legendary. I just like wanted to make my dorks bigger. So they're gonna have to throw away 2 candles this turn, and then next turn we can play the dragon and make them 9/9 so they can just block these 8/8s. What a silly game. Actually, I'm just going to do this first. Actually, I'm going to make a new candle with this, and then we'll illuminate with this. And if they want to fight over this, I'll verdict the crap out of them and make my guys bigger anyways. So, there's my 9/9s. Alright, go ahead. We're dead in 5 to this Ethereal Caller, but not if the dragon sticks. I might have been greedy to take the first hit for 8 that I took. I have a lot more draw steps if I hadn't done that. Deny, yep. Oh, dead in 4. What do we have to get rid of this? Anything? You just draw like running removal spells for these. Well, that's a possible piece of removal. Let's just keep going wide here. Make one more, I think. And if we draw like another Runebind or an Evaporate here, or even a Decree of Banishing, we can Decree one plus Runebind the other, and then have Verdict to fight, and then just kill them in one swing here. Tight game. Really pretty close. Got 2 draws to find one of those things I just listed. Alrighty, let's guarantee a non-resource next turn at least. Room 4 Dremager, sure. I mean, if I alpha, he has no reason to block. They can't take damage. They're invincible as well. This says they are invincible, so if my opponent has a brain in their head, which I'm assuming they do, they just don't block. And then I don't have blockers on the backswing. I guess I could do that to try and induce a mistake, but that seems loose. Like I could attack with 2 of these. Need to hit this turn. Alright, this could be a possible hit. 3 looks at a possible hit. And redraws, I suppose. Man, that's frustrating. I guess we take this. We're not just dead, because we can Runebind. We can Runebind this for a turn, but we're not in a good spot by any means. Yeah, but the problem is, like, we Runebind the Caller, and now we have to draw 2 things instead of drawing 1, so, like, really we needed to draw it that turn. In reality, we needed to draw it that turn. We could have even found a dragon there to be able to block this with Verdict up. So, like, we had so many outs in this Consult the Talon. We had 2 dragons we could have hit, 2 more Runebinds, 2 Evaporates, and 3 Decree of Banishing. They just come out with like 1 to 2 more ways to take an Aegis off the table. I'm kind of just picking at random at this point whether or not we're getting candles or 1/1s because, like, it really doesn't matter. They could just not draw the resource forever. You're not wrong. They're thinking about fighting over this to just kill me. You should probably fight over that and try and kill me. And this is only game 2. Like, we won game 1, so, like, if we brick off this game, we could still potentially do stuff. Still potentially win. Hey, look, Decree of Banishing right on time. Just gonna play this now. One card too late. Oh, I do have... Yeah, he's... Starro said bring in Frostlock too, and I didn't. Yeah, we should definitely bring in Frostlock. That would clean up multiple of these nicely. Like, really nicely. I played this out now, so that way if we draw another Decree of Banishing next turn, we can defend it with 2 verdicts. Alright, it's another draw step. Verdicting this because it could possibly draw them a resource, which I don't want them to have. Because this thing is lethal. Every turn this stays gone, we get to have a few more draws. No, so the rune, it reverts itself and then replays as Ethereal Caller. Yep, it'll be affected by troop trauma. Did we do it, fam? We might have done it. Declan can play with the trains too. It's okay. We might be doing it, fam. I need 2 counters here. Or a destroy constant. Here after targeting my dragon. Sure. Sure, that doesn't matter. You can counter the card when it gets recast, but this doesn't counter a troop, so... They're dead, right? They block 3 of these and die? Yeah, I'm just assuming they're dead. I mean, we've got a verdict here, right? So, like, whatever could go sideways during this combat, like, the verdict should be able to stop unless they have, like... They need, like, Shard Ward plus counter in their hand now. How is this Hex game? I haven't gotten around to it yet. This game is amazing. This particular game that we're playing was really good back and forth. Hex in general is easily hands down my favorite TCG, digital or otherwise. If you come from a Magic background, the game is literally Magic the Gathering with sweet digital mechanics that reduce the variance of the game as opposed to snowballing variance like a lot of Hearthstone mechanics do. Alright, this is probably gonna be my last match of the afternoon though. The kids are ready to change floors, it looks like. So this hand's pretty reasonable if this made a threshold, but this only makes thresholds or colors for us if we have human alliance, and we don't have any humans in our hand. I could just like Ruby Ice. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Let's see. I'm gonna keep Ruby Ice and get a Fate Weave. Honestly, it's just better than Magic in most ways. Like, the resource system is more elegant than Magic's resource system. The opening hand algorithm is something Magic can never do. That's just like a huge quality of life improvement to the game. What variants? We have Fate Weave, right? We hit a diamond. We get to play this. We hit a sapphire. We get to play this. And if we hit Ruby Ice, we get to put another thing. Diamond Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Put a random resource on top of my deck. And the Fate Weave mechanic is something Magic could never do, and it reduces variance in the game in such a huge way. It is awesome. Variance-reducing mechanics are my favorite. Opponent looks to be playing the Ruby Blood Redlings deck. Sure. And Decree of Banishing that next turn, depending on what we draw. Nope, Twitch itself is doing net neutrality. Well, our greed has caught up with us here. So, these don't make thresholds or colors for us until we have a human. And we don't currently have a human, so I'm actually just going to hold these in my hand because we need double Sapphire still. So hopefully we draw a human here at some point. So just gonna go ahead and pass here. Our greed is catching up to us. Sure, says Perks, but it's not fundamentally the same because you gave your opponent information about your deck, which makes it a functionally worse mechanic, and the aspect of physically doing that every time you would want to Fate Weave is cumbersome and awkward and would make the gameplay bad, so it's not something Wizards would do. Oh no. Oh no. We're not being rewarded for our greed. Rats. You're very loud. I put the show on you on it, Declan. Calm down. Oh, yeah. Fate Weave also doesn't shuffle your library, so you could stack your weaves. Yep. Stack your weaves. Diamond Ice. All right. I think I'm putting that on there. Put another resource on top of my deck. I don't have a human. I don't have a human. I don't have a human. These require a human to make a threshold. My lone candle holding down the fort here. It's a lonely life being the only candle holding down the fort. Oh no! Oh no! The fort is open! The monsters are coming! I think Peak technically still shuffles. Alright, well, a purpose. Play this. Play this. Cosmic Calling. Human enables my stuff for next turn, so let's do this, off of this, and then activate this and make a candle. I did have to pass up my prophecy, which kind of sucks, but is what it is. They don't have a Lasgard, we could possibly win this game. Beep beep. You're right at the end here, Tom. This is gonna be our last. Is the bot down? The bot might be down. I assume we're getting Lasgard here. Go to 3. You can Runebind the first Lasgar. Dead to the second. Sure. Is there no Lasgar in our future? That would be so great for us. Stumbled a little bit too long here, it looks like. Probably dead. Let's go ahead and draw 3 cards just to close it out. Almost certainly shouldn't have kept this hand. Oh, that makes 2. Okay, so we're technically not dead here. I can go ahead and shoot this. Okay, yep. To Runebind this and then double blocks these. Sure. And now we're flooding in our 16 resource deck. We have 8 resources and 14 cards. No! Don't nickel and dime me out of the game, opponent. Any shard kills us here. Dead. Alright. Alright, so what are we doing here? Blinding Ire seems insane. Lumagoth and Lady in Wax seem a little slow. This card's insane against Lasgard's Vengeance. I guess Lady in Wax is okay against Lasgard's Vengeance too. Maybe Scion's a little fragile. Consult's probably a little clunky. Let's do this, see how it feels. Is Shard Ward good enough? Maybe Shard Ward's good enough. I don't think this is worth turning off Crusaders. It doesn't block very well. I'm gonna cut a Scion for a Shard Ward and submit, I think. I don't want to cut too much of my top end that generates card advantage. Again, easy mulligan. I guess we boarded out humans. Yeah, the deck probably... Maybe we're supposed to bring that other idiot in just to keep our human count high enough. I could see that being true. Let's go Sapphire Ice on one here for a non-resource. And come sit on my lap. Grab your thing if you want. Help, there you go. Help. Come sit by Dad. Ugh. This is my oldest train machine. Seer. I think I'm putting a resource on top with this. Yeah. If I wasn't putting a resource on top with that, I'd want to fate weave before I do this. So that way if I put an action on top, I'd be drawing it right away. That's prophesied. Dude, calm down. Is okay. Well of purpose. Alright, let's do this. I cut the lady in wax, so I don't have any double diamond, but we need the first diamond for sure. Do I want to just... Nah, I'm going to guidance to start, see what we hit. We only have 3 5-drops in our deck right now, so let's go ahead and grab this. Okay, draw. Decree of Banishing, take this out, and then correct them for 1. This is always a sign of weakness from the Red Lynx deck. No play, just cycle a coin. Sounds good. Yeah, definitely, Neo. Another coin cycle. Okay. Red Lynx deck is stumbling on Ruby, it looks like here. They probably kept a hand that was a little ambitious like ours last game. Well, if we hit a shard, we're going to crush them with this dragon. If we don't hit a shard, we're going to draw a non-shard, which would be great. Someone mentioned Thunderfield Seer seeming a little awkward. I think it's fine. I think it's kind of like the glue that's like reasonable and holds the deck together a little bit. It's another card that helps enable our mobilized cards a little bit, like our consults and our oh geez, ow geez, they found a ruby. Just realized my life total's cut a little bit here. It's fine, you woke up fun. I don't know what that card is that allows you to return a card to your hand. Like, is there an obvious problem with this deck? Like, is there a card in this deck that seems really bad that we need to change? Like, so far, I've been kind of happy with all of the cards that we're playing. Like, even like the random what-ofs, like we see it off card. Why would Noble Escort be good? Oh, you're trying to up the human count. I see what you're doing. I don't think... it's okay. It seems kind of awkward. Thunderfield Seers are definitely better than Woolly Moas. 10 out of 10. Like, what? Are you just trying to, like, make the cobblestones better by adding humans? Because, like, Noble, that card seems like a much worse card in the context of this deck than Thunderfield Seer. Yep. Poor little candle guy. Okay, sure. I think I'd like a guidance so I can get this dragon down next turn. Sweet. Oh, I can mobilize this? No, I actually don't want to mobilize this. And we hit Well of Conquest so we can consult the Talon. No, I don't want to consult the Talons. I think I want to hold Shard Ward up here. it's card draw. It's not just a 1/1. This is more card draw and manipulation. Also, occasionally you put it on Light the Votives, and it's great. I don't think that's true. I think Scion of Lyvaanth, whatever it is, however you pronounce that, is the best candle card. So, like, your argument is that, like, if the re-triggering that is good, so, like, that's like playing a card that's going to be good when you're already winning, which is, like, a classic win more card. That she doesn't... Yeah, that's exactly right. I think I'm just jumping... Probably just dead here. It's like people like to do that a lot. You like to kind of... When you're building a deck with powerful cards in it, you don't generally want to put more cards into your deck that allow your best cards to become better. Like, it's like, basically the question you want to ask yourself is like, if I need to do other things to make this really good card good, why do I... Like, this card's probably not very good if it's just not good on its own. Is basically what it comes down to. Alright, if they have another Scrounge thing or a Lasgar's, we're going to die here, but I think we just have to, like, play this stuff out. Might as well attack with the Thunderfield Seer since it can't block. Yep. Alright, let's play one more and then a high note. Jake's settled down. D's watching a show, so... Thank you everyone for stopping by today. Almost 200 folks hanging out, battling some Hex TCG. Playing some Frostheart Constructed. Good luck to everyone playing in the CCS this weekend. Unless you play me, then feel free to mulligan a lot. Yeah, if the dragon had happened, that would have been ideal. We were a little bit clunky, and like that match, that's the first match we've lost, right? Yeah, it's the first match we've lost with the deck, and I definitely could have. The hand we kept in the first game definitely shouldn't have been a keep. Like this hand, easy mulligan here. This does not make a threshold because we only have rubies to start. No resource 6. Alright. I might be off this deck. Did we lose the one before this? What was the one we played before this? We beat the Reanimator deck. What else did we lose to? Oh, we lost to the ramp deck, right? We beat the ramp deck, lost to the ramp deck? Yeah, head down a high note, right? Let me mulligan very low. And this deck's gonna do that sometimes, right? Like, and again, the sample size was small in those first few games, so like, it looks really appealing playing 16 resources, but like, you're going to have more mulligans like this. Yes, you could get no shard 6s, definitely. Yeah, you're right. Oh, crap. I'm just going to concede now. All right, let's just play another game here. I was reading chat and talking to Declan and didn't Primordial Sabretooth as Prince there. I don't actually know what we want to do. Probably just swapping out these for Burning Ire's fine. Click submit. Click submit. And hopefully end on a high note. If we lose this one, we'll be done for the day. We're gonna be done after this one, win or lose. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Yeah, remember, there is a very real cost to building your deck like this. Hex, and that's why the Hex opening hand algorithm is so elegant. It's not something like the Eternal. If you ever played Eternal card game, their opening hand setup is so lazy and sloppy in comparison to what Hex does. They have a deck building restriction, so like a third of your deck has to be resources, and like they guarantee you have 2 resources when you mulligan, which is dumb. Like I'd rather have pure deck building without these artificial restrictions on it and just have a system that's actually elegant. No more. You ate half the can of Pringles, you and your brother, so you're done for now. No. After this match, we're going to go upstairs and make a sandwich. I'll make you a sandwich when we get upstairs. Oh! Oh, God bless. We have a human with our cobblestone in our 7. That's weird. Haven't had that a whole lot today. Oh, wait. Crap. Oh, God. God, the resource base in this deck. This doesn't make a threshold because I need to make diamond with the cobblestones. Alright. Alright. I'm glad we played this deck some more. Because the first 2 matches made it look really insane. And now I think I'm not going to play this because I want a threshold out of it. Oh God, I did this to myself. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Yeah, I think so, actually. I think so. The wells have been... Look at this bed. We're gonna lie down in it. Oh, baby. I'm gonna take one more draw step, I think, before I play this. Stop being a turd. No, you're not having more Pringles. You're not. Alright. Alright. We're gonna end on a low note. Actually, we're gonna end on an educational note. Don't be greedy, folks. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't play 16 resources. There's probably something to this deck, but playing 16 resources in it is almost certainly wrong, I think. At the very least, the colors are wrong on the resources if we're playing 16, but something's got to change, so... this deck's sweet, though. I enjoyed playing it. We drew a lot of cards. We made a lot of giant candles and had some sweet games, but, don't be greedy, folks. I'm taking off. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'll catch y'all around later.